everyone, and welcome back to the English Flow podcast. I am your host, Zoe, and I am so happy you are joining us today for another session of relaxed English practice. How is everyone doing today? I hope you are having a wonderful week wherever you are in the world. Today, we are going to talk about communication and how we feel when we work on new projects. It's a topic that touches all of us, whether we are learning a language or starting a new job. And to help me dive into this topic, I have my good friend Leo here with me. Hi, Leo.
Hi, Zoe. It is great to be here. Thank you for having me on the show. I am really looking forward to our conversation today. The sun is shining, I have my coffee ready, and I'm excited to talk about some English expressions.
I am too. Coffee is definitely a must for a long conversation. You know, Leo, I was thinking about when we first met at that media conference last year. Do you remember how quiet the room was at first? It was a huge hall, but nobody was talking to each other.
Oh, I remember that perfectly. It was so awkward. Everyone was just staring at their phones or looking at their shoes. I think we were all a bit shy because it was an international event.
Exactly. I felt like I couldn't even say hello to the person sitting next to me. But then you stood up and told that hilarious story about your first day as an intern and how you accidentally called the CEO by the wrong name. It really helped to break the ice. Everyone started laughing, and suddenly the conversation just started flowing.
Well, sometimes you just need to say something small or funny to make people feel comfortable. It's such a useful skill, especially when you're learning a new language and feel a bit nervous. Breaking that initial silence is the hardest part. Once you do that, everything becomes easier.
Absolutely. I think many of our listeners feel that way when they go to an English-speaking meetup. They want to talk, but they're waiting for someone else to start. Speaking of starting things, Leo, I have a little secret. I've been planning something new for this podcast for a few weeks now. I wasn't sure when to mention it, but I think I'm ready to let the cat out of the bag.
Oh, a secret. Now you have my full attention, Zoe. You know I love surprises. What is it? Don't keep us waiting.
Excitingly, we are going to start a series of live streamed episodes where the listeners can join us and ask questions in real time. We might even invite some listeners to speak with us for a few minutes.
Wow, Zoe, that is a fantastic idea. I'm sure the listeners will love that interaction. It's one thing to listen to a podcast, but it's another thing to actually participate in it. But tell me, were you nervous about announcing it today?
To be honest, yes, I was in two minds about it for a long time. One part of me thought it would be amazing for our community, but the other part of me was worried about the technical side of things and making mistakes live. It's a big step for the channel.
It is completely normal to feel that way, Zoe. Whenever we try something new, we often have two different feelings at once. It's like having a debate inside your head. But I think the benefits of connecting with your audience far outweigh the risks. Mistakes just make us human, right?
You're right. Perfection is boring anyway. And it's so much easier because I know my team and I are on the same page. We had a long meeting yesterday, and we all have the same vision for these live sessions. We want them to be fun, messy, and very helpful.
That is the most important thing. When everyone in a group understands and agrees with the main goal, everything moves much faster. Communication is the key. I've worked in places before where the communication was bad, and I was often left in the dark about what was actually happening with the projects. It was very frustrating to find out about changes at the last minute.
I hate that feeling. Not knowing what is going on makes you feel like you aren't really part of the team. We definitely want to avoid that here. We want our listeners to feel like they are part of the family, not like they are being ignored.
Well, it sounds like English Flow is moving in a very positive direction. I'm happy to be a part of it today. I think it's time we help our listeners practice these phrases. They are so common in daily English.
I agree. We've used a lot of great expressions today. Now, for our listeners, we want to make sure these phrases really stick in your memory. We are going to move into our special practice session. We will do some shadowing. This is where you listen and repeat.
That's right. First, I will explain what each phrase means using very simple English words. Then I will say the phrase a little more slowly so you can repeat it right after me. Take a deep breath, relax your shoulders, and just follow my voice.
Let's begin the practice session. Listen carefully.
This first phrase means to say or do something to make people feel more relaxed in a social situation. To break the ice.
This next phrase means to reveal a secret, often by accident. To let the cat out of the bag.
Use this phrase when you are having trouble making a decision between two options. To be in two minds.
This means that two or more people are thinking in a similar way or agree on a plan. To be on the same page.
This phrase describes the feeling of not being given the information you need to understand a situation. To be left in the dark.
Wonderful. Let's do that one more time, just to be sure. Leo, shall we repeat them again?
Yes, let's do it. Listen to the meaning first. To make people feel comfortable in a new group. To break the ice.
To tell a secret that was supposed to stay hidden. To let the cat out of the bag.
To have trouble making a choice because you have two different opinions. To be in two minds.
To have the same understanding as someone else. To be on the same page.
To not be told what is happening. To be left in the dark.
Great job, everyone. I can almost hear you practicing from here. Remember, language learning is not a race. It is a journey. If you keep practicing these phrases, they will become a natural part of your vocabulary before you know it.
Exactly. Just take it one step at a time. Don't worry about being perfect. Just focus on being understood and enjoying the process.
Thank you so much for being here with us today, Leo. Your stories always make the episodes better.
It was my pleasure, Zoe. I can't wait for the live sessions.
And to all our listeners out there, thank you for your time and your energy. Keep practicing, keep listening, and most importantly, stay in the flow.